Hey guys, Tasman Hart here. Here's my review for Tron Ares. Tron Ares is the third entry in the Tron franchise, and of course, give me a minute. All right, yeah, the plot of this movie about Tron Ares is that it centers around on the highly sorry, I can't pronounce his name, AI program Ares, who is sent from the digital world to the real world on a dangerous mission, marking humanity's first encounter with an advanced AI. So, if you want to know my thoughts on the Tron movies, I really like the original Tron film. It's not perfect. The story may not be like the greatest, but it was groundbreaking of its time. And for the special effects, while it does look dated now, back in the time, the special effects was great of its time. And also Tron Legacy. I think the movie's very underrated. Sure, it's not perfect. Like it does have problems, but the best thing about the movie is the visual effects, and the visual effects are by far the best thing about the movie. The action sequences are great, and I also really like the story. I like the characters like Sam Flynn, and Daft Punk's musical score is one of the best musical scores I've ever heard in my life. So yeah, I really like Tron Legacy. It's not amazing, but it's a pretty darn good movie. So going into Tron Ares, I wasn't really too sure going in, um, because because it just seems like it's like another cash grab they're doing, and also you also and we never had a Tron movie since 15 years since Tron Legacy came out, and that movie came out in 2010. So I wasn't too sure how this new movie's gonna work or not. Like the trailers do look cool, and the visual effects look cool, and the soundtrack sounds awesome, but I wasn't too sure going in. But I wanted to see it. I saw it in theaters, and and I just I just saw this in theaters, and I watched it. And what did I think of it? Well, here's the thing, guys. Tron Ares was a very, and I mean very, mixed bag for me. Like, it's not a movie I actually hate, but it's not a movie I think is very good either. And it's also it's a movie that I don't think is as bad as like other people say it was. But hear me out. Let me talk about things I like about the movie. There are some things I like about it. First of all, the positive of this movie is that the visual effects look amazing. They look awesome. They look fantastic. Not as good as Tron Legacy, in my opinion, because I think Tron Legacy had the best visual effects. But the effects of Tron Ares do look really, really great, and it still looks good to this day. And also, it did have a promising opening start, and also, um, also, like the action sequences were really great, especially with the climax. And it had some moments that are got me invested for certain scenes in the movie. Excuse me. And the movie does have good cinematography, and it has really good production values and really good costume designs. And Nine Inch Nails' musical score is fantastic. It was great. Not as good as Daft Punk's musical score in Tron Legacy, but it's still really good. And still Nine Inch Nails does a really great job doing the score of Tron Ares. And it does have and also, oh yeah, also it's really good to see Jeff Bridges back as Kevin Flynn, and seeing him back as Kevin Flynn actually puts me a smile on my face, even though he doesn't show up that much of a film. But we'll get to negatives in a minute. But seeing him on screen is actually, it puts me a smile on my face, and even despite his old age, he actually looks like he sorry. It's really good to see him like back as Kevin Flynn. With that said, though, even though there are some good things I mentioned for this movie, it doesn't save the fact that I do have a couple of negatives. And yeah, and the negatives of the movie is that the story is, to be honest, the story is just kind of a mess. Like it actually like I don't even know what went wrong with the story, but the story just feels like it was just lost, and it just doesn't really have that much to tell with this story. And the acting is, well, not terrible. It's nothing anything great, including of course Jared Leto as Ares. Look, I have nothing against the guy. He seems I heard he's in a few good stuff, but it's just like his acting in here is just pretty bland because ever since it's just not that great. Like ever since like Suicide Squad and Morbius, he wasn't really all that good. And in fact, they were really his acting was they were really bad. And also also another thing is that he seems like he's trying, but it's just I just don't really think he can act. He just cannot act. I mean, it's just like, and it doesn't really help how he was as a person. What I've been hearing, and yeah, yikes. And also the other actors were nothing anything great too, and also the characters are nothing memorable. Like Ares would have been a cool character. He would have been a good character if it was played by a better actor. Like I mean, it's just it's just not really the right casting choice. Not really the like a lot of actors didn't look like they didn't want to be there, and the characters are just nothing anything memorable, especially with the character Eve, who's not really that memorable character, and 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 they also do the girl boss thing just for the sake of it, and yeah, it's really old and tired. Now I don't usually have a problem with that as long as the character is likable and relatable, but this is not it. And here's the thing: for the actress, I have nothing against the actress that plays her. That wasn't really her fault. It was this badly written. The messy script is the problem for this movie. And also another thing is that it doesn't really have the same magic as sorry, I was just thinking about it. Okay. It also fails to capture the spirit of what made the Tron movies like um what made the Tron movies to be good at the time, like especially the original. Okay, I'm lost. Also, especially when they use nostalgia for the sake of it. Now and even it's great to see Jeff Bridges back as Kevin Flynn. It he's barely in the movie. Yeah, spoiler alert. Well, I won't spoil the whole movie, but I hate to tell you this, guys, but he's barely in the movie. He's only showed up for the third and final part, and that's it. And yeah, and as cool as it shows, like when you go back to the original world of Tron from the original Tron movie, it just doesn't. Yeah, that's just like nostalgia, just for the sake of it. And also, the villains are so forgettable, and I barely remember their names. And the ending was, eh. Like, and before I give my overall rating, this movie, according to box office worldwide, this movie is actually making over 140 million worldwide, and it already became one of the biggest box office bombs of this year. And boy, does it really show with this one. And it doesn't really help that this is already coming big of a bomb for from Disney, and with either this or Snow White. But yeah, this really shows with this one. Yeah. So overall, well, Tron Ares isn't by no means a downright awful movie. Like it does have some really good stuff. Like the visual effects do look great, and the musical score by Nine Inch Nails are really fantastic. Um, but but it doesn't really save for its weak story, weak characters, and just a pointless sequel. And as much as I really don't like this movie, I would really love to see Tron coming back. Like 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 it's not going to happen anytime because no one after Ares bombed, Tron franchise is going to be retiring from theaters, and I think it's best to do that and just leave this franchise alone for now. So yeah. So overall, this movie I thought was just mediocre. While I still like the original Tron movie and appreciate groundbreaking that it was groundbreaking of its time, and I'll still defend Tron Legacy until the day I die. But for Ares, I gotta say it is my least favorite out of the three Tron movies. I wanted to like this movie. I wanted to have fun with it, and I wanted this movie to be good, but it really wasn't. And overall, it's just a mediocre movie. Not a terrible movie, but nothing anything memorable. And if you're a fan of Tron, you might have some opinions on this movie. But if you guys are not interested with this movie, it's not worth your time. So yeah, not a terrible film, just a mediocre film. 5 out of 10 and a C. So that's my review for Tron Ares. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll continue doing other videos maybe in the next couple of weeks. And I hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you guys later.